So the margins is this area on the edge of the galaxy. It's a bit of a Wild West free-for-all. Something very strange is happening there. So there's this mystery happening in the margins, and that's your first experience of it is Section 31 bringing you in to be like, there's weird stuff happening here. We need someone to investigate. It's like dimensional shenanigans. So there's this anomaly at the center that you're progressing through the story and the grade and like eventually getting to experience that. And you're trying to investigate like why it's happening basically. But the core of the story with G7, it's really more about like how the people are interacting with this, right? So we have like interpersonal conflict between these disparate groups who have conflicting ideologies and goals, and like how they're all handling this chaos and this danger that's happening. And it's kind of starting from this place of discord and conflict and trying to move towards unity, and all these people having this shared experience of this anomaly and this chaos and finding a way to come together despite their differences.
Players are going to be able to come together, explore this new space, complete missions, send multiple ships in without having to bring their entire starbase there. So it's a more permanent experience, and something where we expect new alliances to be forged, potentially new conflicts to arise. But we're really excited to provide a new way for players to interact with each other.
With G7, we wanted to avoid the community feeling scattered and playing all alone in their independent servers and systems. And instead, just like we see on Discord, we want to bring in an expansion that helps players of the same level and grade play together, be together in the same space as a catalyst to playing together, collaborating, establishing rivalries or friendships.
So typically in grade expansions, we have like a long continual critical path chain that's like going up in levels. What I wanted to do was do a more episodic experience. So you have like a bunch of 5 mission chains that each are like telling a kind of self-contained story that then feeds into the arc, right? And then also the universe design, so the multi-faction systems and the layout being more mixed and a bit more dynamic. With regards to the story itself, I would actually say like I'm trying to bring it back more to classic Trek. So what we did in our last expansion was very much boldly go. We had like Cthulhu level monsters, and we had this like massive universe-ending threat. In the margins, we have these dimensional shenanigans that is the background conflict that you're trying to solve. But really the story is more about the groups and how they're dealing with that. And the socio-political situation, we have like this conflict between the locals and the refugees. We have exploring synth rights. We have an interdimensional virus that causes aphasia. There's a lot of other things that are happening, and this like dimensional danger is more the backdrop.
We had incursions where you were able to go in and sort of temporarily engage with players on other servers. But we've always kind of dreamed of, what if we could go bigger, right? What if we could actually have some more meaningful gameplay where you could experience interacting with other players on other servers in more permanent ways and with more than just one server at a time.
I love to see that chatter and that speculation and see what they think about it and what their expectations are.
We have this dimensional anomaly at the center of the margins, and it's causing issues with subspace. These are called surges. So these surges open and things come through from the other dimension. So it's people sometimes. We have this new original species who's from a different dimension that our team is having a lot of fun creating. Sometimes the things that come through get warped in the process and they end up these like mindless creatures that are just trying to destroy everything in their path. So you're trying to close these surges, also figure out why they're happening. Section 31 is trying to come up with this harebrained scheme to close the anomaly. It backfires and makes everything worse. And then additionally, because we have these people coming through, we have basically dimensional refugees. We have all these groups that are like vying for space here, and this like overarching danger that's happening and how they're all dealing with it.
We've already been having some closed beta tests with some players to be able to kind of feel out the experience, see exactly how seamless it is, see what we need to improve. And we've gotten a lot of great feedback that players are really excited to try out, some new strategies or go up against some of the people that, they may have been talking with on, shared discords, things like that. So we're really excited to bring this, to the audience and to be able to interact with, a group of people that you might talk to in the community, but never actually get to see face to face.
We've talked so much about this expansion, and we have something as well for players that are not quite there yet. And that is called Surge, which is a feature, just like an event, where players, alliances get together in a casual way and do a hostile hunt. The Surge is started by a G7 player, but you don't have to be in that grade. You can be 6, G6, 5, 4 in order to join. So as long as the G7 player starts it in your alliance, you can go there, have fun with your alliance, show up, which is very important for admirals, for alliance coordination, to show up, be there, show that you're present in the game and care about your alliance, and you do this activity together.
The whole push for the feature is to try and take things like the arena, things like wave defense, and really try to make it something that the whole alliance can get involved with.
What's grabbed my attention with that feature is how it feels like you're holding back the horde, right? Even when we started years and years ago, we were building new types of experiences. I remember the Swarm and that first experience with the Franklin and taking out ship after ship after ship after ship and just cutting through. And now it feels like that's kind of grown up and become a new and interesting experience. And playing through that as a whole alliance and seeing how your collective efforts create an impact, I think it's going to be a really nice addition to the game.
As long as players are excited, that's all there is. That's why we're making this game. That's why we made this expansion, to serve our players, to offer an opportunity for them to see what new horizons are out there for them, to see what else is there to explore, new systems, missions, new events. There's a lot of range that we are offering, and we are really hoping it's gonna bring us happiness in the community and buzz and excitement.